Hello and welcome to another Exotic Critique. I am your host DK, and today we'll be going over the Thorn Exotic Hand Cannon. Before I go over the review, this is the post-patch version of this weapon where it now contains 9 rounds in the magazine with performance upgrades to its handling. Thorn now also briefly highlights an enemy when rounds land, and the Mark of the Devourer ability has a great increase in its damage per tick in PvE. Now for the actual review. In the Ballistics type slot, we have Accurized Ballistics and Field Choke, which grant more range and impact but increase recoil, and my personal choice, Aggressive Ballistics, which grants more predictable recoil and enhanced impact but a downgrade in its range. The first unique ability of Thorn is Final Round. With this perk, the final round in the magazine deals significantly more damage than the rest. This can come quite in handy when it comes to finishing off an adversary such as Ultras or a fellow Guardian in the Crucible. In the second Ballistics modifier slot, we have 3 perks Thorn can utilize. The first perk, Snapshot, can be nice to have, but does not add any statistical gains. For this reason alone, I find Snapshot to be the least useful of the 3. The next 2 perks can be used depending on the situation. For a more slow and distance confrontation where precision over some distance is required, Send It would be the preferred choice. With this perk, you can guarantee that you are sending the maximum amount of damage to your opponent at range without having to worry about the damage drop-off. Overall, using Send It will result in the highest damage output, but at a rather slower pace. For a more fast and up-close confrontation where follow-up shots need to hit their mark, then Perfect Balance is preferred. This is the best perk to guarantee the most amount of damage in the shortest time possible. This is a perk I really enjoy using while doing Crucible skirmishes where the maps tend to be much smaller. The final unique ability of Thorn is Mark of the Devourer. This perk allows Thorn's projectiles to pierce multiple targets and to cause lingering burn damage to any unfortunate target that Thorn hits. This is a very useful perk that allows Thorn to combat multiple threats at once and possibly cease an engagement sooner than expected. Once familiarized with the damage output of Thorn, one can predict when to stop engaging and let the Mark of the Devourer do its job. Overall use in PvE can be very handy. With the Mark of the Devourer, you can easily take on large waves of minor enemies, and with Thorn's high hand cannon damage, larger enemies go down just as easily. With the added burn damage effect, most minor enemies, if not all, are one hit to kill, even if it isn't a critical hit. The initial body shot deals tremendous damage, and the Mark of the Devourer burn damage finishes them off. In PvP, Thorn is a worthy adversary that can dominate in all kinds of situations if the proper loadout is selected. As mentioned earlier, in a more ranged confrontation, Send It allows you to do maximum damage to an opponent, usually guaranteeing a 3-hit kill even at the farthest distances. If the map calls for a more intimate style of conflict, then Perfect Balance is king. Being able to fire hard-hitting shots in fast sequence really makes Thorn feel like the exotic it deserved to be. With Perfect Balance, I was able to outgun Titans at close range attempting to shoulder charge me, or Blade Dancers trying to get that easy kill. All in all, Thorn is an awesome weapon that should no longer be kept in the vault. After the patch, all bounty earned exotics have become worth the effort, with Thorn being one of the more worthy. Of course, just like any weapon, Thorn may take some getting used to, but once you get the feel of this weapon, it becomes the bane of your enemy's existence. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. This gun is awesome. I guarantee that you will enjoy using it. The Mark of the Devourer is very fun to use, and yeah. Hope you have a good time.